Color guard about face. Color guard salute. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Color guard about face. Give yourselves a round of applause. Welcome, family, friends, relatives, faces, brethren, all. Thank you for coming out this evening. Two quick things, as you can probably tell already. One gavel usually means sit. 3 gavels means rise. This is for Masons only. If family members, guests, visitors wish to abide, you may also abide by the prior rules. Well, this is my last time up here. And I want to thank everyone here for being a family, a Mason family. We're all family here. Masonry. This is what unites us. This is our common bond. We like to call it the missing tie that binds. But I see you guys all the time. We help each other. We're all here. So I want to thank. This has been a very trying year. Consolidation and a few setbacks, things in here. I had surgery, hip replacement surgery, but nonetheless, we charged forward. And it couldn't have been done without the help of brethren. I want to thank you all. Our officers have been rigidly stoic in guaranteeing the success of our lodge, of our consolidation. So, for those of you who don't know, we're no longer at Theodore Roosevelt number 219. We're now Theodore Roosevelt number 22. And I want to thank again the officers, brethren, they consolidated with us from Massachusetts. You guys have been a godsend, to say the least. I want to thank you. Just want to say to you guys, I'm not the only one that's leaving tonight. We got what's my brother Ron Basil. This is his last night as secretary. You all guys all know him. Let's give him a round of applause. I tell you, look at this guy. He would have had a hard time this year. Let's put it that way. And we also have another guy that's going to be leaving us, our treasurer, distinguished by Brandon Billy Stokes. This is his last night as treasurer. Say that this guy here is a smartphone, and this guy here is a wallet. So I'm taking my smartphone and my wallet with me. All right, and before we go any further, we're going to make a few introductions. We have Grand Staff members. We're going to start off Right Worshipful District Deputy Grand Master Michael Newberger.
Thank you, Worship Master.
Right Worshipful Bruce Galway, Junior Grand Warden.
Thank you for the courtesies, Worshipful Master.
Thank you, sir. Right Worshipful Ron Murad, Grand Trustee. Thank you. Right Worshipful Mike Check, Grand Historian. I may not be going in the order I'm supposed to be going in. Right Worshipful District Ritual Instructor Danny Scaloni. Right Worshipful Thorn. Bruce Dance. Grand Order. Thank you. Right Worshipful Sirs, Worshipful Brothers, Brethren all, thank you. So we're going to proceed with the ceremony here. I guess. Sorry. Again, I want to thank the officers who have been very helpful this year. And, before I go, I got to tell a joke.
Nobody's there.
Andy. And Freemasonry.
What's the punchline?
District, Right Worshipful Danny Scaloni, District Ritual Instructor, this is Masonic District.
Good evening, brothers.
Good evening.
I just want to say welcome to the friends and family, and thank you all for coming out tonight. It's an honor to be here for the first installation of Theodore Roosevelt 22. And I won't delay any further. The Worshipful Master did go over some protocol. one rap and the gavel will raise the lodge. I'm sorry, 3 raps. 1 rap will seat. Thank you. We do have prayers for those of you who are there to do installation. We ask that you, if you would like, you can stand for the prayer. Other than that, we will start before I let my foot my mouth get. Brother Marshall, conduct Brother Rogansky, who has been elected worship master before the altar.
Worship Master, I present Peter Rogansky to be installed as Worship Master of this lodge.
Brother Marshall, have you carefully examined the brother, and do you find him qualified to discharge the duties of the office for which he has been elected?
Worship Master, I find him to be qualified, of great skill, true and trusty, and I doubt not that he will discharge his duties with fidelity and honor.
Brother Marshall, cause Brother Rogansky to kneel at the altar to take the obligation of his office.
Both knees. Both hands up wide.
Brother Rogansky, repeat after me the following obligation. I, Peter John Rogansky,
I, Peter John Rogansky,
of my own free will and accord,
of my own free will and accord,
in the presence of Almighty God,
in the presence of Almighty God,
and these brethren,
and these brethren,
do most solemnly and sincerely
do most solemnly and sincerely
promise and swear
promise and swear
that I will preside over
that I will preside over
and govern this lodge
and govern this lodge
until the close of the ensuing Masonic year
until the close of the ensuing Masonic year,
and until the election and installation
and until the election and installation
of my successor,
of my successor,
whom I will see duly qualified and installed,
whom I will see duly qualified and installed,
and at the same time transmit to him
and at the same time transmit to him
the warrant
the warrant
and all other property of the lodge
and all other property of the lodge
committed to my care.
committed to my care.
Furthermore,
Furthermore,
I will not open or close the lodge
I will not open or close the lodge
without giving the whole
without giving the whole
or a suitable part of the lecture
or a suitable part of the lecture
appropriate thereto,
appropriate thereto,
or causing the same to be done.
or causing the same to be done.
Furthermore,
Furthermore,
I will answer the summons
I will answer the summons
and obey the orders
and obey the orders
of the most worshipful Grand Master,
of the most worshipful Grand Master,
and will attend
and will attend
with my jewel of office
with my jewel of office
all regular and emergent communications
all regular and emergent communications
of the most worshipful Grand Lodge,
of the most worshipful Grand Lodge,
whenever officially notified,
whenever officially notified,
so to do.
so to do.
Furthermore,
Furthermore,
I will dispense Masonic light and knowledge
I will dispense Masonic light and knowledge
to the brethren of this lodge
to the brethren of this lodge,
and require from them
and require from them
a careful observance of the rules and regulations of the fraternity,
a careful observance of the rules and regulations of the fraternity,
the preservation of the landmarks, traditions, and symbolism
the preservation of the landmarks, traditions, and symbolism
of Freemasonry,
of Freemasonry,
and a strict obedience
and a strict obedience
to the bylaws of this lodge,
to the bylaws of this lodge,
together with the Constitution,
together with the Constitution,
bylaws,
bylaws,
and regulations
and regulations
of the most worshipful Grand Lodge
of the most worshipful Grand Lodge
of the state of New Jersey,
of the state of New Jersey,
carefully avoiding,
carefully avoiding,
in the discharge of these duties,
in the discharge of these duties,
haughty demeanor,
and
if possible, arbitrary ruling.
and if possible, arbitrary ruling.
So help me God,
So help me God,
and keep me steadfast
and keep me steadfast
in the due performance of the same.
in the due performance of the same.
Brethren, let us invoke the blessing of deity.
Almighty Father, author of life, we reverently implore thy blessing upon the brother now suppliant before thee, who has been chosen to preside over and govern this lodge, and to whom we are to look for the faithful discharge of its affairs, under thy divine guidance, for the radiance of Masonic light. Fill his heart, we pray thee, with thy fear, that all his judgments and actions may tend to promote thy glory and our advancement in thy knowledge and virtue. Animate his heart with thy spirit, strengthen his endeavors to fulfill thy commandments, especially in that which pertains to his relations with us, and by the holy light shed upon him and upon this fraternity, which has ever been an object of thy paternal care, may we be guided day by day on our path of duty to observe more closely the tenets of our profession, and to do thy holy will. To the end that is this lodge, and those who compose it, shall by example and precept encourage all who behold them to strive for a higher and holier life. Amen.
So motivated.
You have been elevated by the suffrages of your brethren to the proud and responsible position of a ruler over the craft. And while you may be justified in feeling some degree of personal pride, it may not be improper to remind you that in proportion as this voluntary action on the part of your brethren betokens their confidence in your judgment and integrity, it claims at your hands the most careful, impartial, and conscientious discharge of the duties of your office. You should remember that the brief authority which you are about to exercise springs only from the body of Masonry, and that you owe it to those whose gift it is your utmost efforts to preserve peace, love, and unity among them. Arise. Brother Roosevelt, I congratulate you on your election as worship master of this lodge, and it will afford me great pleasure to invest you with the authority and insignia of your office. Previous to your investiture, however, it is necessary that you signify your assent to those ancient charges and regulations which point out the duty of the master of the lodge.
You agree to be a good man and true, and strictly to obey the moral law. You agree to be a peaceful citizen and cheerfully to conform to the laws of the country in which you reside. You promise not to be concerned in plots and conspiracies against the government, but patiently to submit to the decisions of the Supreme Legislature. You agree to pay proper respect to civil magistrates, to work diligently, live credibly, and act honorably by all men. You agree to hold in veneration the original rulers and patrons of Freemasonry and their regular successors, supreme and subordinate, according to their stations, and to submit to the awards and resolutions of your brethren when convened, in every case consistent with the constitutions of the fraternity. You agree to avoid private piques and quarrels, and to guard against intemperance and excess. You agree to be cautious in your behavior, courteous to your brethren, and faithful to your lodge. You promise to respect genuine brethren and to discountenance impostors and all dissenters from the original plan of Masonry. You agree to promote the general good of society, to cultivate the social virtues, and propagate the knowledge of the mystic art. You promise to pay homage to the Grand Master for the time being and to his officers when duly installed, and strictly to conform in every meeting of the Grand Lodge or General Assembly of Masons, and is not subversive of the principles and groundwork of Masonry. You admit that it is not in the power of any man or body of man to make innovations in the body of Masonry. You promise a regular attendance on the committees of the Grand Lodge, on receiving proper notice, and to pay attention to all the duties of Masonry on convenient occasions. You admit that no new lodge shall be formed without permission of the Grand Lodge, and that no copies be given to any irregular lodge or to any person clandestinely initiated therein, as being contrary to the ancient charges of Freemasonry. You admit that no person can be Mason in or admitted a member of any regular lodge without previous notice and due inquiry into his character. You agree that no visitor shall be received into your lodge without due examination and satisfactory evidence of his having been initiated in a regular lodge. These are the regulations of free and accepted Masons. Do you submit to these charges and promise to report these regulations as masters have done in all ages before you?
I do.
Brother Ordansky, in consequence of your conformity to the charters and regulations of the fraternity, you are now to be installed master of this lodge, with our full confidence in your care and in your skill and capacity to govern the same. Brother Marshall, conduct the worship master-elect to the east. You are now invested with the insignia of your office. furniture of the lodge and the influence of our professional affairs in charge. These are emblematic of a true Masonic life and are the Holy Bible, the great light of Masonry, which guides us to all truth, directs our path to emerald happiness, and points out the whole meaning of man. The square, which teaches us to regulate our actions and harmonize our conduct with the principles of morality and virtue. The compasses, which teach us to limit our desires in every station, that rising to eminence by we may live respected and die regretted. The rule, which directs us to punctually observe our duty, press forward in the path of virtue, and finally to the left and look to the right, in all our actions to have eternity to view. The line, the emblem of moral rectitude, which teaches us to avoid dissimulation in conversation and action, and to walk in the path which leads to the blessed immortality. The Book of Constitutions, which you are to search at all times and cause to be read and noted in your lodge, that none may pretend ignorance of the excellent precepts and enjoins. The warrant, which you now receive, and by the authority which this lodge is held, you are very careful to preserve the transmitted to successor in office. The bylaws of the lodge, which you now receive. These are to see carefully observed and faithfully executed. I present you with the gavel, the potent emblem of Masonic authority. I trust that in your hands its mandates will not be unheeded, for it should never sound in vain. Brethren, behold your master. Masters, behold your brethren.
Worship Master, I present Gabriel Aguirre to be installed as senior warden of this lodge.
Brother Aguirre, you're once again been elected senior warden. You're now vested with the jewel of your office. The level demonstrates that we are descended from the same stock, partake of the same nature, and share the same hope. And though distinctions among men are necessary to preserve subordination, yet no eminence of station should make us forget that we are brethren, and that he who was placed in the lowest spoke of fortune's wheel may be entitled to our regard, because the time will come, and the wisest does not have soon, when all distinctions of that and goodness shall cease, and death, the grand leveler of human greatness, reduce us to the same state. Your regular attendance to the meetings of the lodge is essentially necessary. In the absence of the master, you are to govern this lodge. In his presence, you are to assist him in the government of it. I firmly rely on your knowledge of masonry, your regard for its principles, and your attachment to the lodge, the faithful discharge of the duties of this important trust. Look well to the west.
Worship Master, I introduce or present Brother William Stokes, pro tem for Brother Miguel Sinfron to be installed as junior warden of this lodge.
Brother Stokes, pro tem for Brother Sinfron. You have been elected junior warden of this lodge and are now vested with the jewel of your office. Upon your honor list to walk uprightly in our several stations, to hold the scale of justice and equal course, to observe the just medium between intemperance and pleasure, and to make our passions and prejudices coincide with line of duty. To you is committed the superintendence of the craft during the hours of refreshment. It is therefore indispensably necessary that you should not only be temperate and discreet in the indulgence of your own inclinations, but that you should carefully observe that none of the craft be suffered to convert the purposes of refreshment to those of intemperance and excess. Your regular and punctual attendance is required, and I have no doubt that you will faithfully execute the duties which you owe to your present position. Look well to the staff.
The entire back row can see now.
Worship Master, I present Brother Jonathan Dershowitz to be installed as treasurer of this lodge.
Brother Dershowitz, you have been elected treasurer of this lodge and are now vested with the jewel of your office.
And all it happened.
Got it on the first shot this time. It was good.
It is your duty to receive all monies from the hands of the secretary, giving your receipt to the city. Pay them out by order of the worship master with the consent of the lodge, or in their adjusted true account of the same. I trust your regard for your own honor and for that of the fraternity will prompt you to the faithful discharge of the duties of your office. Look love the bank account.
You guys sound like the Mormon tubercular choir.
Worship Master, I present Brother James to be installed as secretary of this lodge.
Brother
Foster.
Brother Foster, you have been elected secretary of this lodge and are now vested with the jewel of your office.
That's it.
I've been fired already.
There you go.
It is your duty to keep accurate minutes of the transactions of the lodge. Write all things proper to be written. Receive all monies to the lodge and pay them to the treasurer, taking the receipt of the same. Keep your books and papers open for inspection by proper authority and transfer the copies to the Grand Lodge on the line. I trust your regard for your own honor and that of fraternity will induce you to discharge the duties of your office with fidelity. By so doing, you will merit the esteemed approbation of your record.
Worship Master, I present Brother Ryan Moy to be installed as senior deacon of this lodge. Chaplain, I'm sorry.
Close. Before we get to that, Worship Master, would you please announce the name of all your appointed officers?
Ryan White, to be installed as chaplain. Joseph M. Gasparo, senior deacon. Travis Cedeno, junior deacon. Petros Gustas, senior master of ceremonies. Kevin Ramirez, junior master of ceremonies. Joseph Tamari, senior steward. Jose Arias, Junior Stewart, Danielle Kular, Marshall, Kevin Fitzgerald, Organist, Joseph Sandra, Historian, Richard Asuna, Pilot, Joseph M. Gasparo, also serving the proxy to Grand Lodge. Thank you all.
Brother Lloyd, you're going to appoint a chaplain of this lodge, or going to be invested in Julie Rose anything? It is your duty to aid us in those solemn services, which we should constantly render to our ancient Creator, and which may, by refining our souls, strengthening our virtues, and purifying our minds, prepare us for admission into the society of those above, to share with them that happiness which is unspeakable and everlasting.
Worship Master, I present Brother Joseph Gasparo to be installed as senior deacon of this lodge, and Brother Treverson Sidonia to be installed as junior deacon.
Brother Gasparo, you have been appointed senior deacon of this lodge and are now invested with the jewel of your oath. It will be your duty to attend to all arms to the inner door, receive and conduct all candidates for initiation or advancement, introduce and accommodate visiting brethren, carry orders from the worship master in the east to the senior lord in the west, and elsewhere off the lodge as to the direct. Brothers and Canadian, you have been appointed junior deacon of this lodge and are now vested with all arms to the bureau. It will be your duty to attend to all our the outer work, carry messages from the senior ward in the west to the junior ward in the south, and elsewhere at the lodge as directed. Also, to see at the lodge is duly titled. Brethren, these rods as pertaining to your office are now entrusted to your care and are to be worn in the performance of every official duty.
Worship Master, I present Brother Peter Ustas to be installed as senior steward of this lodge. Senior master ceremonies of this lodge. And Brother Kevin Ramirez to be installed as junior master ceremonies.
Brothers Lucis and Ramirez, you have been appointed masters of ceremonies of this lodge and are now vested with the jewels of your office. positions to which you were assigned in the lodge are very important. It will be your duty to require all candidates to give full and free assent to the prescribed interrogatory before they are admitted into the lodge, and to see that they pay the necessary fees before initiation. Your conduct should be courteous and dignified, without levity or aught else may tend to divert the minds of the candidates from the solemnity of the important ceremonies in which they will take part. Remember that in your company they will receive some of their first impressions of our institution. Therefore, let prudence and discretion guide you in the performance of your duties.
Worshipful Master, I present Brother Joseph Tamari to be installed as senior steward of this lodge, and Brother Michael Banco, pro tem for Jose Ariel, to be installed as junior steward.
Brother Banco, pro tem for Brother Arias, and Brother Joe, you have been appointed stewards of this lodge and are now vested with the jewels of your office. It will be your duty to assist the deacons and other officers in performing their respective duties, and to make all necessary arrangements for the convenience of the brethren when assembled. Your regular and early attendance will afford the best proof of your seal and attachment to the lodge.
Worshipful Master, I present Brother Daniel Couillard to be installed as marshal of this lodge.
Brother Couillard, you have been appointed marshal of this lodge and are now vested with the jewel of your office. And presented with the top as the ensign of your authority. It is your duty to make all necessary proclamations, to arrange all processions of the lodge, and to preserve order according to the forms prescribed. Skill and precision are essentially necessary for the faithful discharge of these duties.
Worshipful Master, I present Brother Kevin Fitzgerald to be installed as organist of this lodge.
Brother Fitzgerald, you have been appointed organist of this lodge and are now vested with the jewel of your office. You swear to be under the direction of the worshipful master to render appropriate use of at such times and places as prescribed in the manual of the lodge. In the discharge of these duties, you should carefully avoid anything which might detract from the dignity of our service.
Worshipful Master, I present Brother Joseph Center to be installed as historian of this lodge.
Brother Century, you have been appointed historian of this lodge and are presently installed as such. It is your duty to collect and preserve everything of importance contained in the history of this lodge and to observe and record all events worthy of preservation. Faithfulness and accuracy are essential to the proper discharge of the duties of your office.
Get your word. Worship Master gives me great pleasure to present Brother Richard Hirsuna to be installed as Tyler of this lodge.
Brother Hirsuna, you have been appointed Tyler of this lodge and are now listed with the jewel and the implement of your office. As the sword is placed in the hands of the Tyler to enable him effectively to guard the lodge against the approach of towns and eavesdroppers, and suffer none too fast or repass, except such as are duly qualified and by permission of the worshipful master. So it should morally serve as a constant admonition to us, to set a guard over our thoughts, a watch at our lips, and a sentinel over our actions, thereby preventing the approach of every unworthy thought or deed, and preserve the conscience void of offense towards God and towards man. Worship Master. The superintendency government of the brethren who compose this lodge, having been committed to your care, you cannot be insensible of the obligation to involve them as their head, nor of the responsibility for the faithful discharge of the important duties annexed to your position. The honor, reputation, and usefulness of this lodge will materially depend upon the skill and assiduity with which you manage its concerns, while the happiness of its members will be generally in proportion to the zeal and ability with which you propagate the genuine principles of our institution. As a pattern for imitation, consider the great luminary age, which, arising in the East, regularly diffuses light and luster to all within the circle. In like manner, it is your province to spread and communicate light and instruction to the brethren of your lodge. Forcibly impress upon them the dignity and high importance of Masonry, and seriously admonish them never to disgrace it. Charge them to practice out of the lodge those duties which they have been taught in, and by amiable, discreet, and virtuous conduct, to convince mankind of the goodness of the institution, so that when a person is said to be a member of it, the world may know that he is one to whom the burden part may pour out his sorrows, to whom distress may prefer its suit, whose hand is guided by justice and whose heart is expanded by benevolence. In short, by a diligent observance of the bylaws of the lodge, the constitutions of Freemasonry, and above all, the Holy Scriptures, which are given as the rule and guide for your faith and practice, you will be enabled to equip yourself with honor and lay up a crown of rejoicing, which shall continue in time shall be known. Brothers, the senior and junior wardens, you are too well acquainted with the mysteries of Freemasonry, and you are the suspicion that you will be found wanting in the discharge of your respective duties. Suffice it to say that what you have seen praiseworthy in others, you should carefully imitate, and what in them may have appeared defective, you should in yourselves amend. You should be examples of good order and regularity, for it is only by due regard to the laws in your own conduct that you can expect obedience to that from others. You are assiduously to assist the master in the discharge of his trust, diffusing light and imparting knowledge to all whom you shall place under your care. In the absence of the master, you will succeed to higher duties. Your requirements must therefore be such that the craft may never suffer for the want of proper instruction. From the spirit which you have hitherto evinced, I entertain no doubt that your future conduct will be such as to merit the approbation will be such that craft may never suffer for the want of proper instruction. From the spirit which you have hitherto evinced, I entertain no doubt that your future conduct will be such as to merit the approbation of your brethren and ensure the testimony of a good conscience. Brethren of Theodore Roosevelt Lodge number 22, such is the nature of our Constitution, and as some of us must of necessity rule and teach, so others must of course learn to submit and obey. Humility in both is an essential duty. The officers who are to govern your lodge are sufficiently conversant with the rules of propriety and the laws of our institution to avoid exceeding the powers with which they are entrusted. And you are of too generous disposition to envy their preferment. I, therefore, trust that you will have but one aim, to please one another, and unite in the grand design of being happy and communicating happiness. Finally, my brethren, as this lodge has been formed and perfected in so much unity and concord, so may it long continue. May you long enjoy every satisfaction which this interested friendship can afford. May kindness and brotherly affection distinguish your conduct as men and as Masons. Within your peaceful walls, may your children's children celebrate with joy and gratitude the annual recurrence of this auspicious solemnity. And may the tenets of our profession be transmitted through this lodge, pure and unimpaired from generation to generation.
In the name and by the authority of the Grand Lodge of Free and Accepted Masons of the state of New Jersey, I proclaim the officers of Theodore Roosevelt Lodge number 22 duly installed in their respective stations and places. The public grand honors, brethren. In the name and by the authority of the Grand Lodge of Society of Free and Accepted Masons of the state of New Jersey, I proclaim the officers of Theodore Roosevelt Lodge number 22 duly installed in their proper stations and places. The public grand honors, brethren. In the name and by the authority of the Grand Lodge of the Most Honorable Society of Free and Accepted Masons of the state of New Jersey, I proclaim the officers of Theodore Roosevelt Lodge number 22 duly installed in their proper stations and places. The public grand honors, brethren.
Almighty Father, author of life, we praise thee for that wise providence which makes mutual dependence among men a source of security and happiness, and prompts them to associate themselves together in good works, which when directed by thee are beneficial to them and promote thy glory. We thank thee therefore for every institution founded for the purpose of social or moral elevation, and for the exercise of human charity and benevolence, and especially for that great work of Freemasonry, as members of which we are now assembled before thee. Thou hast been our aid and our protector in the important work we have just completed. Sanctify it therefore to the accomplishment of thy holy will. Strengthen and sustain the hearts and the hands of all those who gather here in thy name. Enlist them in thy service. May all their offerings be acceptable unto thee. We thank thee that the ceremonies of this occasion afford stronger inducements and lay us under renewed obligations to practice of virtue and morality and to a more zealous and faithful observance of thy holy precepts. Help us all to keep this faith, to walk in the light of thy law, and to do thy commandments. Inspire us with a greater reverence for thee, a greater love for one another, and with a more steadfast resolution to persevere in every virtuous pursuit. And while the solemnities of this hour increase our veneration for the ancient fraternity which we honor and love, may they more strongly tend to the refining of our souls and to the turning of our desires to thee, in whom is the fullness of joy forever. Amen.
So may it be.
Commercial Master, I want to thank you for the honor of allowing me to install your officers for the first installation of Theodore Roosevelt Masonic. And I just want to say it's a series of new beginnings here. It's a new officer line in the lodge, and I thank you for everything. I look forward to what we're going to do here. Very carefully preserve that so you walk in the halls at Grand Lodge. We'll try your best to take care of that and just leave Lodge in better shape than we found it, and job well done. With that, I tend to do gavel very much, so do as you see fit.
Thank you.
Was it not for the act, please?
Yes, you may.
You might want to not use that gavel. You might want to find this one a little bit. What do you like, sir?
Thank you.
What is it?
Only true.
Get us downstairs to eat.
Yeah.
That is a great point. So I'll try to make this quick, since I know that I do anything standing between you guys and dinner. First, I have to say thank you. I have to say thank you to I should say thank you to the qualification team and the installation team. You guys were fantastic. Let's give them a round of applause. Next, I have to say thank you to my parents. I would not be here if it wasn't for you. I mean that both literally and figuratively. If you may approach these, photo markation, what does that mean? Right there.
Oh, man. You look not.
Raquel Williamson. Brother Marshall, would you remain? Please escort. You have been there for me so much, even well before we were married. I know we've been married less than a year, and it's been wonderful. From a perfect wedding onwards. And thank you so much for your support and love and all the things you do for me. So, I'd like to thank the qualified teams again. Worshipful brother Jose Alama. Please approach these. So, you've done a lot. You've served as worshipful master multiple years, and you've been a part of my installation into the East as well. I thank you for your support and wanted to give you something personal.
Is it cash? Oh, man.
Cameras.
Both for the life, 15 as is customary, and we have a gift for you for taking care of us this year. So, a little small memento from us.
Say yes, say yes.
Don't do it, it's trap. John, come form someone.
Now they're steady.
My mental token of our appreciation as well. Congratulations, Worshipful Master. And I'm here. You need me? Anything I can help? Anything I can help with? Please feel free. Thank you. For those of you that are not aware, this is a Worshipful Master pin that I've worn all year. Okay. I'm going to place it on Worshipful Master Loganski's lapel there. It's good, brother. Thank you. Thank you, Peter.
I would like to continue a tradition where the incoming officers give a rose to their wife or significant other. Brother Marshall. If you would please give one to each of the newly installed roses.
You're taking it.
I'm here, Texas.
1, 2, 3, yeah, 1, 2, 3.
Sorry. It's for you. I know. It's for you. First Master, just to, while they're also speaking now, I know that there's 20 people from 4 countries watching this tonight, so I hope this will continue to be a good tradition for the lodge. And they've all wished you, as I've seen the chat, good luck in your years, Master, from 3 continents. Thank you.
And I would like to thank all of the people who are watching. I would like the members of the installing and qualification to approach these.
No problem.
I would like to give each of you the appropriate of my appreciation. Thank you all. I would like to now open the floor to anyone who would like to say anything.
Worshipful Master, the officers and brethren of Lafayette Lodge number 27 in Lowell, New Jersey, I want to congratulate you and your officers on a wonderful installation. I wish you the best when you're here in the East. I look forward to being with you on that journey through this upcoming year. If you need anything, I'm just a phone call away.
Worshipful Master, I appreciate the greetings of the brethren of Mount Zion Lodge, number 135, in New Jersey, and congratulations on your ascension.
Worshipful Master, we bring greetings from Lord Lodge number 33. The brothers would like to congratulate you on your ascension to the East and your life. We look forward to working with you this year. We want to be talked about it, but we want to play some events together. I look forward to being working with you. I hope you and your life have a successful year. Thank you. And if you need anything, you know, we're just a phone call away.
Thank you.
Worshipful Master, it's deeply or truly an honor to be here to celebrate your ascension to the East. Couldn't happen to a nicer guy. Saying all that, I brought the office of Just Lodge number 26. Just congratulate you as well. And we promise to support you in the ensuing year. Anything you need, let us know. We really, well, I personally think you're a wonderful guy, so I may be associated, so thank you, and have a great year.
Thank you.
Worshipful Master, greetings from Baruch Figueroa, number 370. I want to congratulate you for your installation. Very proud of you. We got love for you. We know you can count on us. And we wish you nothing but the best.
On behalf of the officers and brethren of Atlas Pythagoras Lodge Number 10, we congratulate you on a wonderful installation and wish you and your officers the very best for 2024.
Worship Master, on behalf of the brethren and officers of Historic Alpha Lodge number 116, congratulate you and your officers on a good installation. Anytime you need anything, don't hesitate to call.
Worshipful Master, New Jersey Pyramid number 3, Ancient Egyptian Order of Silas would like to congratulate you and your line on a wonderful installation and wish you the best of luck in the year to come.
Worshipful Master, on behalf of the brethren of Matawan Lodge number 192, congratulate you, your line, and the installation team on the fine installation. As a member of this lodge, I look forward to supporting you.
Worshipful Master, on behalf of the Masonic, New Jersey Masonic Trustees Association, we wish to congratulate you and your officers on your ascension.
Worshipful Master, on behalf of the Children's Dyslexia Center of Scotch Plains and Union Chapter of Diva Lay, we congratulate you on your ascension to the East. If there's anything that we can do to assist you and support you in this Masonic year, kindly reach out.
Worshipful Master, on behalf of Lydia Chapter number 41, we congratulate you on a wonderful installation and a reminder to keep your eye out on the East.
I got it for you. That's actually two. Anyways, here. These were days when you need so much stress relief. I call it honest juice. Get your own. Anyways, your own little figure. Keep at it,
it's a lot of things, and it's different things to different people. One of the things about Freemasonry is it's a beautiful system of morality, faith, and allegory. And that part of Masonry, along with making good men better, it is something I find very, very influential for me. But I know that everyone here is hungry. Right Worshipful Michael Newberger, District Deputy Grand Master of this Masonic District. If you would please. In token of fealty to the most worshipful Grand Lodge of the state of New Jersey, I tender you the gavel of Theodore Roosevelt Lodge, number 22.
Thank you, Worshipful Master.
Good evening. Good evening. I bring you the warm fraternal greetings of the most worshipful Glenn Vanderhorn, Grand Master of Masons of the state of New Jersey. He certainly sends his warmest regards and a hearty congratulations both to you, Worshipful Master, and to the brethren here at Theodore Roosevelt Lodge. As you can imagine, he is traveling to as many installations as he can get to. I did speak with him today, knowing that it would be both in Mount Zion and here at TR. And as I said again, he sends his congratulations. I have just a few items that I need to take care of, and then we will proceed to close. Will Worshipful Brother Alaman please join me here in the east? Worshipful Master, Master, Worshipful Brother, you had an absolutely wonderful year this year. It gives me great honor to present to you your certificate of service to the Grand Lodge, which reads, the most ancient and honorable society of free accepted Masons from the state of New Jersey, certificate of service. To all whom these presents shall come, greetings. Know ye that Jose M. Aliman served as Worshipful Master of Theodore Roosevelt Lodge, number 219, during 2023. This certificate is presented in grateful acknowledgement of his service to his lodge, to the Grand Master, and to the Grand Lodge. In witness whereof, I have set my hand and fixed my seal, Len Vanderhorn, Grand Master, Roger DiCatana, Grand Secretary. Congratulations. I don't need you. Right Worshipful Bruce Hall, Junior Grand Order, the most ancient and honorable society of free accepted Masons from the state of New Jersey. Kind of please have your closing remarks to this lodge.
We're closed. Brethren, ladies, friends of Freemasonry, good evening. I have a brief protocol having been established. I will just say a couple things. We are in the Hanukkah season at this point, and to those who celebrate, Happy Hanukkah. Christmas season is coming up shortly, and Merry Christmas. I would remind you to be kind. Be kind to each other. Be kind to the stranger. Be kind to your neighbor. And especially, be kind to those folks who are working right now in the retail and service industries. It's a tough time for them, so be kind for them.
Rather than the upcoming installations on December 15th, we have Pythagoras Lodge in Westfield. That start time is 6:30, and December 16th will be in Spiritus Lodge at 9:30 in the morning in Flushing. Hopefully all of you can make it out there. I'd like to again congratulate the installation team on outstanding work. It is always a pleasure getting to see you in the East and doing ritual. Congratulations again, Worshipful Alaman, on a fabulous year this year. And Worshipful Master, as you may have heard me say a few times over the last 24 hours, the gavel has passed, and it is now your responsibility to lead this lodge. And I'd like to share with you a quote from Martin Luther King, who said, quote, "A general leader is not a searcher for consensus, but a molder of consensus. You are now the first worshipful master of a new lodge. The combination of Azure Sana Lodge number 22, Theodore Roosevelt Lodge number 219, into Theodore Roosevelt Lodge number 22. And as a new lodge, it will be your responsibility to mold consensus. You will be a role model for worshipful masters that come after you, because you are the first. But I have no doubt, given the officers that you have and the support of the past masters that you have in this lodge, that you will succeed. And with that, brethren, we will proceed to close. If I give your attention to the Right Worshipful North 5 Grand Chapel, will lead us in our closing devotions.
Heavenly Father, dismiss us with thy blessing. Watch over all our first responders, bring them safely home to their friends and families. And finally, watch over us and give a special blessing to our men and women in the service of the armed forces of the United States. For through their great sacrifice are we able to meet as free men and as free nations. So all this we ask in thy holy name. Amen.
I declare the installation proceedings of Theodore Roosevelt Lodge number 22, free and accepted Masons, closed. Brother CUD, Right Worshipful District Deputy Grand Master. Thank you, Lord.
Right Worshipful District Deputy Grand Master, your orders obeyed.
It is well. Brethren, family, and friends, from the bottom of my heart and my family, I extend to each and every one of you and to your families a happy Hanukkah, a Merry Christmas, a happy, healthy, and prosperous New Year. Lodge is closed.